Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Tuesday. We've got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Big slate today, starting with the San Diego Padres versus the Miami Marlins. Miami opening up as home favorites at minus 140. The Padres plus 120 with the over-under at 8. Padres coming into this matchup 24-29. The Marlins 28-26. Pitching for the Padres is Ryan Weathers with an ERA of 3.94. Pitching for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara with an ERA of 5.0. Weathers, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Sandy, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Padres kind of had a rough Yankee series. Miami played well on that Angel series they were in. Padres are just 3-8 on the road. Not the best on the road here. But, Sandy really hasn't been that great on the mound. Weathers, he's been okay. But I still think the Padres are a decent underdog today up against the Marlins. And I think I'm going to take a shot with the Padres plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Detroit Tigers. Rangers opening up as road favorites at minus 135. Detroit plus 115 with the over-under at 9. Rangers coming into this matchup 34-19. The Tigers 25-27. Pitching for the Rangers is Martin Perez with an ERA of 3.83. Pitching for the Tigers is Alex Faedo with an ERA of 4.15. Perez, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Faedo, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 10 strikeouts. The Rangers, coming off that Detroit win yesterday, 5-0, big win yesterday for them. They're 5-1 in their last 6. Rangers playing good baseball. Perez been pretty good on the mound this season. Faedo's been good he's been quietly pretty good on the mound for Detroit as well here, but I just like I like the way the Rangers are playing. They've been very good these last few weeks. They're 8-2 in their last 10. And I think I'm going to roll with the Rangers on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at minus 140. Cleveland plus 120 with the over-under at 8.5. Cleveland coming into this matchup 24-29. Baltimore 34-20. Pitching for the Guardians is Cal Quantrill with an ERA of 4.75. Pitching for Baltimore is Kyle Gibson with an ERA of 3.82. Quantrill, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Gibson, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Cleveland on a 2-game winning streak, beating Baltimore yesterday 5-0. A nice underdog win for Cleveland. They are 8-3 against Baltimore. They've been very good head-to-head here. A pretty even pitching matchup, but I will say Quantrill had some rough starts on the mound here. He's given up 12 runs in his last 3 starts. Gibson coming off a 0-run game here. And I really like the Orioles to bounce back after that horrible performance yesterday. And I'm going to take a shot with the Orioles at home. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at minus 150. Milwaukee plus 130 with the over-under at 9. Brewers coming into this matchup 28-25. Toronto 28-26. Pitching for the Brewers is Adrian Hauser with an ERA of 2.25. Pitching for Toronto is Yusei Kikuchi with an ERA of 4.56. Hauser, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. He's coming off back-to-back 0-run games. Kikuchi, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Brewers, coming off a Giants win in the game prior. Yeah, coming off a Giants win. Toronto, coming off a Minnesota win. And yeah, kind of a tough matchup here. Brewers 3-9 on the road, not the best road team. Toronto 1-6 at home. Kikuchi really hasn't been that good on the mound. He's given up 12 runs in his last 3 starts. Hauser's only given up 3. I think I'm going to take a shot with the Brewers plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at minus 175. The Reds plus 145 with the over-under at 10. Reds coming into this matchup 24-29. Boston 28-25. Pitching for the Reds is Ben Lively with an ERA of 2.65. Pitching for Boston is Brayan Bello with an ERA of 4.08. Lively, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Bello, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Reds, coming off a little 3-game winning streak against the Cubs. Boston, coming off the Arizona loss here. The Reds are just 2-11 against Boston. They've been very bad head-to-head against Boston here. Definitely a pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers pitching about the same right now. But yeah, since the Reds really have struggled against Boston, I think I'm going to roll with the Red Sox at home. Next matchup, we get the Philadelphia Phillies versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at minus 135. The Phillies plus 115 with the over-under at 8.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 25-28. The Mets 27-27. Pitching for the Phillies is Ranger Suarez with an ERA of 9.82. Pitching for the Mets is Kodai Senga with an ERA of 3.94. Suarez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Senga, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Phillies, coming off a bad Atlanta loss. Mets coming off a tough Colorado loss. And Phillies 1-6 on the road against the Mets right now. And Ranger Suarez has been very bad on the mound. He's given up 12 runs in his last 3 starts. It's been really rough for him. And I think I'm going to roll with the Mets at home. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals opening up as home favorites at minus 180. The Royals plus 160 with the over-under at 9. Royals coming into this matchup 17-38. The Cardinals 24-32. Pitching for the Royals is Zach Greinke with an ERA of 4.55. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas with an ERA of 4.23. Greinke, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Mikolas, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Royals on a 2-game winning streak right now, beating St. Louis 7-0 yesterday. That was a big win for the Royals. Tough loss for St. Louis. Kansas City is just 2-5 on the road against St. Louis. 2-6 straight up against the Cardinals here. Pretty even pitching matchup. I like the Cardinals to bounce back after that just very bad performance yesterday. I think they rebound today, and I'm going to take the Cardinals at home. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Chicago Cubs. Rays opening up as road favorites at minus 200. The Cubs plus 170 with the over-under at 8. Rays coming into this matchup 39-17. The Cubs 23-30. Pitching for the Rays is Shane McClanahan with an ERA of 1.97. Pitching for the Cubs is Kyle Hendricks with an ERA of 6.23. McClanahan, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Hendricks, his last start, he pitched 3 innings. Pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Tampa losing yesterday to the Cubs. Tough loss for them, but I love the Rays to bounce back today. McClanahan is 8-0 on the mound. Unbelievable what McClanahan's been doing this season here. And yeah, I think Tampa Bay bounces back today. I'm rolling with the Rays on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Chicago White Sox. White Sox opening up as home favorites at -140. The Angels +120 with the over-under at 9. Angels coming into this matchup 29-26. The White Sox 22-34. Pitching for the Angels is Tyler Anderson with an ERA of 4.81. Pitching for the White Sox is Lucas Giolito with an ERA of 3.98. Anderson, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Giolito, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Angels coming off beating the White Sox yesterday 6-4. Nice win for them. White Sox on a 3-game losing streak right now. I mean, they're not playing well at all. Angels 10-4 on the road against the White Sox. They've been very good against the White Sox here. An even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up a good bit of runs here. And I'm going to take a shot with the Angels +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Minnesota Twins versus the Houston Astros. Twins opening up as road favorites at -125. Houston +115 with the over-under at 8. Twins coming into this matchup 28-26. The Astros 31-22. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 2.21. Pitching for the Astros is Brandon Bilak with an ERA of 3.55. Ryan, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Bilak, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Minnesota beating Houston yesterday 7-5, a nice underdog win for Minnesota. They are just 6-13 on the road against Houston, 3-7 straight up against Houston here. It's a pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers have been playing pretty well here, and I'm going to take a shot with the Astros +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we've got the Atlanta Braves versus the Oakland Athletics. Braves opening up as big road favorites at -250. Oakland +210 with the over-under at 8.5. Braves coming into this matchup 32-22. Oakland 11-45. Pitching for the Braves is Bryce Elder with an ERA of 2.01. Pitching for Oakland is J.P. Sears with an ERA of 4.70. Elder, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Sears, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 1 strikeout. And yeah, tough loss for the Braves yesterday. Oakland winning 7-2. It's unfortunate, but hey, Oakland's going to get some wins. I mean, it's going to happen. We know it is. But I like Atlanta to bounce back today. They're 7-1 on the road against Oakland. Bryce Elder's been amazing on the mound this season. 3-0, and rolling with the Braves on the road off that bounce back loss. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at -250. Colorado +210 with the over-under at 8.5. Rockies coming into this matchup 24-31. Arizona 31-23. Pitching for the Rockies is Kyle Freeland with an ERA of 3.86. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Gallen with an ERA of 2.97. Freeland, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Gallen, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Colorado losing to Arizona 5-7 yesterday. A tough close loss for them, but they are just 1-4 on the road, 1-4 against Arizona here. Arizona playing good home baseball. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers have given up 7 runs in their last 2 starts on the mound. This is just kind of big plus money. I'm not really sold on Arizona. I mean, that's just a minus 250, very risky. And Colorado's not some horrible team here. And I think I'll take a shot with the Rockies plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at minus 130. The Yankees plus 120 with the over-under at 7. Yankees coming into this matchup 33-23. Seattle 28-26. Pitching for the Yankees is Nestor Cortez with an ERA of 5.30. Pitching for Seattle is Logan Gilbert with an ERA of 3.60. Cortez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Gilbert, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Yankees on a 3-game winning streak. Big win against Seattle yesterday, winning 10-4. A nice underdog win for New York. They're 5-0 on the road right now. 14-5 on the road against Seattle here, playing well, getting underdog value again, and I'm going to take the Yankees plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at minus 145. The Pirates plus 125 with the over-under at 8.5. Pirates coming into this matchup 26-27. The Giants 28-26. Pitching for the Pirates is Johan Oviedo with an ERA of 4.70. Pitching for the Giants is John Brebbia with an ERA of 3.68. Oviedo, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Brebbia, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Brebbia has only been pitching 1 inning, hasn't given a run up in his last 3 starts here, but yeah, he's only been pitching an inning though. Pitt on a 3-game losing streak, losing 14-4 yesterday against the Giants. Tough loss for Pitt. They're 0-5 on the road against San Francisco here. And yeah, I think I'm going to roll with the Giants at home. In the last matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Washington Nationals. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at minus 300. Washington plus 250 with the over-under at 9. Washington coming into this matchup 23-31. The Dodgers 33-22. Pitching for the Nationals is Jake Irvin with an ERA of 5.32. Pitching for the Dodgers is Tony Gonsolin with an ERA of 1.82. Irvin, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Gonsolin, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Dodgers beating Washington 1-6 yesterday. It was a nice win for LA. Washington just 3-11 against the Dodgers. They really struggled head to head here. Dodgers 12-1 at home, really getting it done here. And yeah, I like Gonsolin on the mound. Rolling with the Dodgers at home. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Tuesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Wednesday. Have a good one.